Hello and welcome to Maritime Radar. Nigeria's maritime industry is at a pivotal moment, with the global shipping sector demanding highly skilled professionals. The question becomes, how prepared is Nigeria to meet these standards and position its workforce for international competitiveness? Under President Bola Tinubu's renewed hope agenda, there is a renewed focus on skills development, human capital, and economic diversification. At the heart of this transformation is the need for a world-class maritime training institutions that can produce competent seafarers capable for navigating both national and global opportunities. Taking an in-depth look at the strategic goals, technological investment, and international collaborations shaping Nigeria's maritime manpower and blue economy future are some of the issues that will be on the front burner on today's show. I am Norma Obiaswala. The Maritime Academy of Nigeria, Oron, stands as a central player in the Renewed Hope vision. Its mission is to ensure that every cadet is trained not only to meet international standards such as those set by the IMO and STCW, but also to contribute meaningfully to Nigeria's blue economy. Modern training facilities, including advanced simulators, navigation labs, and marine engineering workshops, are transforming learning. Cadets now gain hands-on experience that mirrors real-life sea operations, bridging the gap between classroom theory and practical skills. Beyond infrastructure, strategic partnerships play a key role. Collaboration with international maritime institutions, shipping companies, and regional stakeholders ensures exposure, research opportunities, and internship that prepares cadets for the global market. Sustainability remains another critical focus for the Academy to maintain its leadership role. Innovative funding models, policy support, and continuous reforms are essential in creating a self-sustaining institution that drives both national growth and regional maritime development. Before we get further into today's lineup on the program, let's find out the latest in maritime news.
For the first time, over 80 graduating cadets who recently earned higher national diplomas and national diplomas from the Maritime Academy of Nigeria, Oron in Akwa Ibom State, received instant job offers and sea-time training opportunities during the institution's graduation ceremony. The president of the Shipowners Association of Nigeria, Sonny Eja, announced a total of 55 sea-time training opportunities for the cadets, drawn across various disciplines and levels. According to Eja, 50 of the training slots were offered by SOAN, while 5 others were engaged by Petromarine Nigeria Limited. Other organizations took turns to announce employment, sea-time training, and various categories of cash gifts.
We have had engagements with the Rector in Lagos, and there's this sort of partnership that we are trying to foster between SOAN, the Shipowners Association of Nigeria, and MAN Oron. And we're trying to see how we can bring in the massa, to see how we can provide spaces for cadets.
MAN's acting rector, Dr. Okonna, commended members of the nation's maritime community for their support. Okonna announced that for the first time in the history of the Academy, approval for the staff conditions of service have successfully been completed and obtained from the Office of Head of Civil Service of the Federation, signifying a major milestone towards the Academy's efforts to attract and retrain rare and skilled professionals.
I consider this a major milestone towards our efforts to attract and retain rare skilled professionals into the Academy, and will also guarantee equity, motivation, and professional growth for our valued staff. Presently, there are 3 foreigners of Indian national of high professional capacity among our faculty members.
Amongst the 57 cadets with distinctions, the best overall graduating cadet, Chisom Anita Lawrence, stood out, bagging several awards, instant employment, and cash gifts.
God has been the whole thing I have, the whole one that has been helping me, and also hard work. I tried my best.
The graduating class embodies the Academy's standards of discipline, technical competence, and professionalism. The Senate and House of Representatives were represented by Wasiu Eshilokun and Barajia Yusuf, who promised budgetary provisions, support, and collaboration with the Regional Maritime University Ghana and Seatime training partnerships. It is expected that the Academy will walk the path of sustainable world-class maritime institutions in the interest of Nigeria's maritime and blue economy.
Welcome back if you're just joining us. This is Maritime Reader. In an era where global maritime standards are non-negotiable, Nigeria must equip its workforce to compete effectively. The Maritime Academy of Nigeria and Oron is strategically positioned to deliver on this mandate, blending technology, international collaboration, and visionary leadership. The path is clear. Building world-class maritime professionals is not just a national priority, it is a key pillar in realizing Nigeria's economic potential and the leadership in blue economy. Our guest, Kevin Okonna, Acting Rector, Maritime Academy of Nigeria, the man steering the institution's vision of producing world-class maritime professionals, join us on the show to discuss these initiatives in details. Please stay with us. It's good to have you join us on the show, sir.
Thank you very much, Nama.
Okay, so it's my first official with you. So congratulations is in order on your appointment as the Acting Rector of Maritime Academy, Oron. Talk us through your journey in the last 12 months. What have been your key achievements and what are the challenges?
I thank His Excellency Adeboyega Oyetala, the Honorable Minister of Marine and Blue Economy, for finding me fit to run the institution and appointing me as the Acting Rector to manage the institution at a critical time. A critical time, I said, because the institution is going through transition, and I was actually given a strict instruction to manage the institution using the wealth of my international experiences and connections to maintain stability in the institution. So first of all, we achieved stability in the management of the institution, and we have been focused, very focused, on ensuring improved quality of training. We focus on raising our standards, and we've done that through the employment of more professional, marine professional lecturers. I think to date we have employed 11 marine professional lecturers, including 3 master mariners and 2 marine engineers. One of the master mariners is an internationally recognized simulator expert, simulator training expert. We brought him to improve the quality of our simulator training. So on that front, we're doing very well. We've brought in many professional lecturers to improve the quality of our training. We're also doing great in maintaining the critical infrastructure that we have on campus. But some other things that have been the problems of the institution that we have also tackled related to quality standard system. We have been very focused on ensuring improvement in our quality of training. To improve our quality standard system, we've trained a total of 75 staff on different aspects of quality management system. So you have people that have been trained to certification level in ISO 9001 2015 awareness, implementation, as auditors and as lead auditors.
We've also trained a total of 12 staff to certification level on educational organizations management system. All these have been done with the target of obtaining these 2 international certifications for the quality standard system in the academy.
I've seen impressive investment in simulators, in modern navigation labs and marine engineering facilities. So tell us how this technological advancement is transforming hands-on learning and bridging the gap between classroom theory and real-time sea experience.
I've been trying to take on what we have achieved systematically because they all tie together to produce what you saw yesterday. An average ship owner is interested in getting personnel that are competent and that have hands-on experience. This has been the training philosophy of Maritime Academy of Nigeria. So you start with the classroom. The classrooms are all smart. Smart in the sense of having smart boards that are linked to internet, so you can access any training resource that you need in the classroom. When you move from the classroom, we have laboratories. We have the simulators. And the simulators for seafarers, the simulator is the first hands-on training facility that you have, because many of the risks that you can take during training on the simulators, you will not be able to take them out there at sea. And the one thing that the Academy has achieved in line with President Bola Tinubu's renewed hope agenda is to provide every kind of simulator you need for training seafarers on this campus. And we have employed the very best for using these facilities, including those who worked previously for simulator manufacturing companies. So you have 8 types of simulators, this one, but they are part tasks, different things that are done on board a vessel. But all these different things are integrated either into the full mission bridge or into the full mission engine room. When they have mastered this other one, we move them to the bridge, and they're able to use what is popularly referred to as integrated bridge system or the full mission engine room system. At the full mission bridge, for example, they're able to do exactly what they will need to do on board the real vessel. And this is the hands-on training that you have talked about. But let's leave the simulators, which is complete. I told you we have 4 simulator seats. So for the full mission engine room simulator, you're going to have more of indicators, signals, some controls, however, but you will not be able to see the real engine room. So to complement this in the training methodology, we have put a virtual reality simulator, so-called Okonna Vision. Okonna Vision, and so that enables you virtually to be able to get a walk through a virtual engine room, and you see the equipment in the real scale. You can turn equipment, you can switch off something using virtual hand. So this is the range of simulators. In this year, in line with President Bola Tinubu's renewed hope agenda, we're also providing more simulators. So we are bringing a standalone high voltage simulator. This has been
different from what we have on ground.
We are putting a brand new high voltage simulator in the academy as appropriated in 2025. This is appropriated and confirmed. It's just implementation. So that will add to the simulator seats we have on campus. But the last that I would like to talk about, which is for hands-on, is the marine engineering workshop. We have several workshops. So you have a welding workshop, which is state-of-the-art. You have a refrigeration and air conditioning workshop. You have an electronics workshop. But one of the masterpieces is the marine engineering workshop, because we have functional marine engines in there. And nobody graduates from the marine engineering department, whether at ND level or higher national diploma level, without participating in dismantling at least one of the engines, putting it back and running it again. This is what we do in the institution.
Okay, with all this equipment, there's no doubt that every cadet is really equipped to go out there and function. So we'll be looking at partnership, which often defines the strength of maritime institution. But that would be after this short break. Please stay with us. Welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is Maritime Reader, and I still have with me Dr. Kevin Okonna. He is the acting rector, Maritime Academy of Nigeria, Oron. Before we went on that break, I said we are going to be looking at partnership, which often defines the strength of maritime institutions. So how is the Academy collaborating with international maritime bodies, ship owners, and training institutions to expand cadet exposure, internship opportunities, and global industry linkages? You know, yesterday we saw how ship owners were falling upon each other to get these cadets. That means you have good products. Talk to us about it.
Thank you very much. The confidence building process is real. It's not based on some imaginary advertisement of what you have. Okay. We recognize the need for our cadets to have international connection with the best of the professionals in the areas of their discipline.
Specialization, okay.
And so we also embarked upon making sure that every cadet in the academy, whether existing or graduating, was caused to be registered with an international professional body. And we prioritize three. And the three include the nautical science cadets registering with the Nautical Institute, marine engineering cadets registering with the Institute of Marine Engineering, Science and Technology, and those in maritime transport and business management registering with the Chartered Institute of Logistics and Transport. We made sure that was achieved. And you saw that the Nautical Institute issued the Academy a certificate of recognition and also gave an award to the best graduating HND cadet in nautical science. This is some of the things we've done. So if you combine the hands-on training that we have on campus, you combine the quality standards improvement that we are going for certification boldly, and you combine it with the exposure we're giving to the cadets and linking them with industry best. If you are a ship owner, it's obvious that you go searching for these people to work on board your vessel. I think this is what is directly bringing that to bear.
Okay, so what is collaboration also doing? I saw you...
Absolutely right, absolutely right. So we also focus on collaborating with as many international and national institutions, and we want to use those collaborations to improve the standards of operations in the academy. But one critical area we're trying to realize with the institutions that own ships is to provide onboard sea experience as required by the International Convention on Standards of Training, Certification and Watchkeeping for Seafarers, 1978 as amended. We popularly refer to it as STCW Convention. So, to the glory of the Almighty, we've made good progress on this front, because we set out to talk to Ship Owners Association of Nigeria, and we asked them, they had to come to the help of the institution and break that jinx of turning out people every year. And they go back to the streets, not being able to progress with their careers because they couldn't progress beyond the academic certification. Because for training seafarers, the academic certification is the first stage. The person has to be certified in competence before he can get a job on board a vessel. And the whole thing is tied to having time on the vessel as specified by the STCW convention, minimum of 1 year sea time on board the vessel. So we identified those who own vessels in Nigeria and internationally, and we went after them, if you permit me to say went after them, aggressively. You saw all of them there. They also promised to give some of them. And we approached the big one, the Nigeria LNG Shipping and Marine Services Limited. They recently changed the name to NLNG Shipping and Marine Services Limited, NSML. So we are currently talking with NSML, and we've said, please come to our help. We don't want to turn out people to the streets, and after 5 years, they start changing their courses. And it's yielding fruit. The discussion is at an advanced stage, and we are very hopeful that we'll get something bigger out of that NSML collaboration. But we also realized that we have to be recognized internationally. So we talked with the management of Regional Maritime University. We raised the issue of sharing resources. The academy is so well equipped, they can benefit from a lot of the things we have here. They also have their areas of strength, so we can have exchange of lecturers, we can have student exchange programs, we can collaborate in quality because we are pursuing the same thing, compliance with the STCW convention. We've also gone, we've talked to some other institutions with respect to partnership and collaboration. And the Nautical Institute in the UK, we've commenced discussion with having them certify our dynamic positioning simulator training. We've also talked to the IMARES, the Institute of Marine Engineering Science and Technology, with respect to giving accreditation to some of our courses that we are running on campus. So this is the way we are going. During the last stakeholders engagement we had in October, I'm sure you remember we signed an MOA. We signed a memorandum of understanding with the Chartered Institute of Logistics and Transport, Nigeria, to provide further training to our cadets in the School of Maritime Transport Studies. We have an MOU with Abuja MOU on port state control for training port state control officers. And that MOU required that we should develop the course, and we get accreditation for the course, and we get the instructors trained. We have developed the course. NIMASA has accredited the course. Abuja MOU itself has looked at the course we developed, and they're happy with it. These are some of the partnerships we're using to achieve the results that you are seeing today.
Okay, so building on these successes you've enumerated here and looking ahead, sustainability and funding remain key to long-term success, if you agree with me. So what innovative funding strategies, policy support, institutional reforms are in place to ensure that the academy continues to lead in maritime manpower development across West and Central Africa?
Thank you very much. We're really lucky here because we have robust support from the government. And under our very dear President, Bola Tinubu, GCFR, we've had very good time with funding. We have a very good relationship with the National Assembly, and they fully understand the critical responsibilities of the Maritime Academy of Nigeria with respect to the obligations of the country with the International Maritime Organization. So the other aspect of the question...
Reforms,
sustainability, absolutely.
Yes.
I kept it very close to my heart because if you do a one-off thing, then it will not serve the overall interest.
Yes.
So we have structured platforms to ensure sustainability. For example, the Governing Council, we work very closely with the Governing Council to establish a 5-year strategic development plan with SMART goals and based on rigorous strength, weaknesses, opportunities, and threat analysis. That took a lot of concentration and focus between management and the governing council. That 5-year development strategic plan has been concluded and is before the minister for adoption. We have also achieved something that has never been achieved in this institution. Since the inception, since the establishment of the academy has never had a dedicated conditions of service. Under 6 months of my being here, I worked very closely with the governing council and we developed conditions of service for staff of Maritime Academy of Nigeria. We've gone through the processes up to the office of the head of service. That condition of service with improved conditions has been approved by the office of head of service. So sustainability, we have better conditions
service
to attract and retain staff. We have a 5-year development plan which has carefully planned for short-term, medium-term, and long-term goals. And we're going to follow rigorously through all this. These are some of the things we have put together to ensure sustainability of what we are doing today. Plant maintenance is also a very key aspect of that sustainability. If you look at the campus, we've managed to keep everything in the way that is going because we have identified maintenance needs of the institution and we've scaled them to make sure we continue to monitor them and ensure optimum performance of our facilities.
I must thank you very much for your time and your thoughts, and congratulations on breaking the jinx of sea time training for our cadets.
Thank you very much.
I congratulate you, I congratulate the cadets, and we wish you and the academy very well. It's been Dr. Kevin Okonna. He is the acting rector, Maritime Academy of Nigeria. Thank you very much once again for your time and your thoughts on the show.
Thank you very much, Norma, my sister.
And that's a wrap on this week's episode. I hope that this episode has shown how the Maritime Academy of Nigeria, Oron, is strategically transforming maritime education through advanced training and sustainable reforms geared towards producing world-class seafarers. Every week, join us on Maritime Radar as we explore how Africa can embrace political will in implementing policies that will ensure maritime sector development. You can also expect the latest in maritime news and industry insights right here. I am Norma Obiaswalo. Many thanks for your time and see you again.